It is showtime, and we are live Thursday at 8:30 once again.
Live as can be.
Not really. We're actually kind of all dead right now, but we're alive. We're hanging in there, dude. We're hanging in there.
So how was your day, dude? You sound slightly deflated.
Dude, I'm very deflated.
Why are you deflated?
Man, okay, well, at my 9 to 5, we've been kind of prepping for this. There's an OSHA mandate that was, sent up to the courts. And it was a huge chaotic thing where people had to get shots and vaccinated or post up that they're not vaccinated and this is what they're doing. And a huge freaking mess. And it was really like HIPAA-y and HRE, and I hated it. And it caused this huge ruckus and outcry. And then it gets blocked by the sixth court, apparently. So now it's all that was in vain. And everybody was upset. And it was just, dude, it's just been a day. That's exactly how I looked all day. That's how I looked actually when I heard that it was all in vain. Immediately that face came about. Oh, we got Matt Thompson in the house. Shout out to Matt Thompson, man. His trolling motor's down. We got to get him back up because that guy's doing big things out there in the street.
Why is he down? What happened?
I don't know. Something happened, but it ain't working. He needs a part. We got to get him. We got to get him back up and running because that's my boy.
I got a shipment in today from a good friend of ours, one Trinity.
Oh.
This is the coolest little kit.
Is it not?
I've ever seen.
Show them what's in it, man.
You've got your lip balm.
Right.
You've got your pain stick, little sample size pain stick.
Cream.
Creams and boost capsules.
Creamed all the way over.
I'm back in with the boost. Finally.
Oh, but you only have a limited supply, bro. You're gonna be good for like 4 days.
Well.
Are you back, bro? Thank God. Thank God you are back, my friend.
I don't know what I got in here.
Dude, that thing is cool, bro. What's that?
Oh, dude, he did. Okay.
We can't see you. Move the thing. Oh.
No, it's okay. So we got the 2-ounce pain cream, right? He just recently launched. Open it. Get it open.
Thanks, kid. I really want those pink handcuffs back.
Wait, what?
Don't worry about that. I got robbed, man. You don't remember?
So he's got this 2-ounce pain cream, right?
Oh.
Bro. He just launched the 8-ounce pain cream.
Oh.
And it's essentially, it's priced like you're buying like, I want to say like, basically like buy 3, get 1 free at that. There's a price discount for the level that it's at. So you definitely want to check that out. There's a lot of cool things in here.
Dude, what is that, like a little like mystery box? Like, what is that?
This is just this is like a real box that is designed for CSR.
That's cool, man. Their stuff works good.
My little goodie stash box is what it's going to be.
That's right, John Perry. Andrew is professional with that black backdrop.
Very professional.
I, on the other hand, am unprofessional. I'm in my kitchen and I have a freaking fountain cabinet behind me.
If you would like to, I can present myself on the green screen.
No, please don't. Please don't. What's going on, Brian?
So
shout out to Brian. All Brian wanted tonight was a margarita pizza in this new Italian place in town, dude. World renowned, apparently. Took them a year to build. Guess what they didn't have tonight?
What's that?
An Italian place. Basil and mozzarella.
Bro, I got basil and mozzarella.
Dude, everybody has basil and mozzarella. That deserves a.
It does.
Yeah. Sorry, Brian.
You know what smells just as good as basil?
Petrified wood and honey.
Were you reading it? Were you able to read it, or do you just know?
Just one of my favorite smells ever. Dude, petrified wood and honey, Sudsy Bear. If y'all don't know, y'all just don't know. Y'all just don't know. Show them, man. Show them what it looks like in the little case, man.
Oh, we're in the middle of designing new packaging, my friend.
I know.
It's gonna be an all-encompassing box, a little smell hole.
A smell hole?
Please make you a pizza.
Please.
I can make you a pizza. I don't have any dough right now, and I don't really feel like making it, but I've got Nan.
No, you're just as bad as that place.
I've got Nan, though. Like
No,
a Indian pizza.
dude, he called me. He's like, "Could you believe they don't have basil or mozzarella?" I'm like, "But it's an Italian place. How did they even get going this morning?" Like, oh, he's got the old Smoky Mountain. He's working on that now.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't think he's a fan of the new formula because of the grit. Brian's likes the softer ones. He likes like the fresh aloes.
There ain't
You
nothing
know?
wrong with that. He would like this one.
Oh, he's got that one. I traded
It
him a
does smell
Smoky.
good, doesn't it?
Dude, you know how much I like the original Smoky Mountain? I traded him my last one of those for the last one of the original formulations of the Smoky Mountain Fog. Like I might just keep it as like a keepsake. But either way, dude, we got a cool guest tonight. We got a very cool guest tonight, bud.
We do.
We have he's doing something a little different to catch these snook.
Bro.
Something I wish I could do.
We're in the wrong area.
Are we?
He's
Totally in the
good
wrong area. If I caught a snook in my area, I'm getting on the news. Okay, I'm in the middle of the freaking state. So
you do know that like snook spend a lot of their days in fresh water. It's just an aquifer trip away.
Well, let me tell you this. I do know that I live very close to the Peace River, and I know that they get caught up in there too, like on like spinner baits and big white flukes and things like that. But our guest does something a little bit different, a little bit unique.
I'm excited.
And it's catching freaking giants. So we're going to run to this commercial from Power Pole. We're going to bring them on and we're going to get right into it, guys.
Things you let me see.
Dude, if you don't get pumped up every time you hear that, every time you see it, I can just hear the music, and I'm just like, I need it.
I'm going to confess, I sometimes just play it like multiple times back to back, like as I'm working, and just to get pumped. But I'm pumped right now because we got Spencer. What's going on, bud?
What's going on, guys? Thanks for having me, man.
Oh, dude, the pleasure is ours, man. I mean, I've been following you for quite some time and seeing what you guys have been doing down there on the big swim bait game for snook. And dude, you just been blowing my mind. And like I kind of showed Andrew, and he was taken away by it too. And
it's nuts.
Here we are. But so Spencer, tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do, how you got started in fishing.
Well, I'm a fourth generation Floridian. Grew up down here in Florida. And I can thank my dad for everything, really. Because he's the one that showed me the way to fish, and he was, a beach bum and fishing all the time. And that's just what we did on the weekends. When he got home from work, would just go out and fish and surf. So he basically showed me everything I knew. He taught me how to read the canals, find, the natural flows to your canals. And basically I learned from living off the land, find your bait from the land and progress into, using live bait and, utilizing all those aspects. So it was really cool that my dad showed me all those ways, and how fishing progressed now it's just insane.
That's all.
So it all started, back then fishing canals, and we didn't have, a lot of money. So we didn't have big fancy boats. So what we fished out of is canoes and kayaks, or we've even built like a kayak kind of thing and go fishing.
Nice.
So, we didn't ever really have the chance to go offshore. So we utilized the backcountry, the canals, easy access things, walking around and things like that. So that's how I got into fishing. And then it progressed from there. Really, that was like my whole thing. Once the first time I caught I was going to try to get the picture for you guys, but I was 8 years old here in Cooper City, and I caught my first slot, and it was 13 pounds. And how we had to weigh it was legal at the time that I got it. So when we got back to the house, we had to use the old scale that we used. So I used my body holding the fish.
Oh no.
That's how we measured. It was 13 pounds. So since that day, And to believe it or not, that's the first and only snook I ever kept.
Oh,
I
wow.
don't keep snook. I let them all go. But that was the very first snook that I caught worth keeping, and I ate, and all the other ones go back. But ever since that day, it was it.
Yeah, I've only kept one in my life.
Yep, I only kept one. I like to see them grow, man. Those are my friends. I like to see those guys turn into tanks,
Yeah,
Mine was up here in out of Ormond Beach area, out of Tomoka Basin, and it was just under 32 inches. It was a nice snook.
That's a good snook.
Yeah, we
like
kept it and
keeping snook. Yeah.
solid fillets, but that was before the bad freezes in the early 2010, 2011 area.
Yeah.
And that crushed us up here, destroyed the entire population.
Wow. Yeah, that took a big toll everywhere, really.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we lost a lot of peacocks and iguanas around here.
Oh yeah,
they just couldn't hold up to it, you know. And then you could just see them floating. It was bad. A lot of things took a toll on it, but definitely the snook.
Yeah, I remember. I don't remember exactly where I was, but I remember pulling in somewhere, and this like, dude, they were just lined up, nose trying to like bury themselves to stay warm, and it was like the saddest thing ever. Like, I was like, no, you're all are gonna like this whole plethora of like 40-inch snooks are just gonna pass away because of the freeze, dude. It was so like that was pretty devastating. One of the sadder things I've ever witnessed for sure. And I guess what the worst part was, you can't really do anything, man. That's just Mother Nature doing its thing, you know. And
that's it. You gotta let it run its course. There's nothing really you can do but just sit back and watch, really. You know?
Yeah, I guess that kind of answered one of the questions. You know, do you keep any of the snook you catch? I guess not. I mean,
don't keep them.
I've had like 4. I've kept like maybe like 4 in my entire life. They're delicious eating fish, but I'm more along the lines of you know. Let them go, let them grow. I'd rather keep them. I'd rather keep people fishing than feed my belly. There's other fish that produce way quicker and taste just as good, you know, that you can get and eat.
I'm going to be honest. I don't know that there's many fish that taste just as good.
They are delicious, right?
It's a delicacy.
It really is.
But with that being said, they're so valuable to the game fish world.
So we already got
our ability to keep going.
We already got our first question from Mr. Kevin Hartman here. Looks like he uses some glide baits and spillways, and they end up at the buoys in 10 seconds. Any tips on fishing spillways? I'm assuming there's a lot more current where Mr. Kevin's fishing. But any tips for that? I guess fishing big swim baits in current. Any tips there?
Big swim baits in current. It's basically, you want to position yourself like halfway in the flow. You don't want to be all the way up against the flow, like where all the flow's coming out and the heavy currents coming like that. You want to kind of position yourself off a little bit, toss into the spillway. And what you want to do is basically keep tension with your bait. Don't let your bait just free float down or, make a big bend in your bait and you'll have to catch up. You want to always keep tension. So the whole way to sweep, you'll cast your rod and point to the direction that you casted and keep that tension, and you'll feel the bait and you'll keep your rod tip going with it. It's called the sweep. If you hear a lot of people say the sweep, that's what they're talking about, is that sweep. So you want to keep that tension and you'll have it. And by the time it gets past you, it'll be close to you. It's not going to go run off from you. You're going to keep it tension because you got to have the feeling of that bait. You got to feel what your bait's doing. If you can't feel your bait, you're not getting the right action for it. So by you keeping that tension, you can feel that glide bait go boom, boom, boom through the current. So that's definitely a big thing that you need to pay attention to when you're throwing glide baits in heavy current.
It's interesting. That's interesting. I guess tension is key there, like you said, because that way, if you do run up into a snag or you feel it, you see it, you know where your bait's at all times, so you can make those adjustments and hurry up and get it out of there or do what you got to do.
Exactly. And when you're throwing the big glide baits, they're usually going to be higher in the column, so you don't have to worry too much about snagging rocks on the bottom because your bait's probably never going to make it there. Unless you're just free lining and just letting it go out.
Just tumbles down or something.
Crazy.
Exactly. But keeping the tension on the bait is key. And that goes along with, the big swim baits too, the line through baits and basically any bait you're going to throw into a spillway. You don't want to throw it in there in free line, you know,
And
you
try
don't
to
know.
catch up. Yeah.
You don't know what's going to happen. You're definitely going to snag up and you're going to lose that lure.
So there's a flat up here by us, and it dumps out of the south end, and the south end is basically the first point. There's only two entrances, one on the south and one on the north, but the south end has like a little eddy area, and then it just drops off into like a 3-foot gap. And what we would do is we would throw mullet. We would nose hook them up, probably mullet, you know, a little bit bigger than finger mullet, but not quite a chunk.
6 to 8 inch range.
Yeah, and you would always have to keep tension. So we were sweeping. We just didn't know it.
Yeah, that's exactly what you're doing.
I've been sweeping my whole life, man.
Dude, you
sweeping, baby.
Bro. Bro, you don't even know it, bro.
You don't
Good
even
job.
know it.
No, but that's cool. Yeah. I've never heard it referred to that, but it's interesting the way that you're describing it. I like that. That's a great explanation.
Yeah, it's a good pan off. You know, it's almost like a pie, like the baseball field that you see. You know, that's your sweep.
Yeah.
So to give you a perspective, look at a baseball field, and that triangle
like that. Yeah,
is going to be your sweep. You're going to cast in one point, and you're ending up on the other side, and you're basically going to sweep that area there. You know?
Yeah, I've never heard it broken down like that, but I'm going to feel like such a professional now fishing spillways.
That's why you caught that tilapia the one you had me at.
Oh my God! Don't even talk about that, dude. Spence, I caught this, like, how big would you think this tilapia was? Like 4 or 5 pounds? It was huge.
I'm gonna say it was 4+.
Dude, really? I thought it was like a giant bass, bro. Like, and I was throwing this big spinnerbait this guy in Connecticut makes. He makes them from muskie. This spinnerbait's like 8, 9 inches.
I've seen those. They're massive.
Huge, but big bass hit him in this spillway, and I was in my sweep too. I've been sweeping too.
In the sweep,
I've been sweeping and I didn't know it. But I've been damned that tilapia didn't hit that spinnerbait, dude. I'm like, Andrew, that's the one, dude.
They're savage, man. They really are.
It
ate a freaking spinnerbait that big. I just blew my mind. But so speaking of that, big baits, spillways, current canals, that's what you're all about. What are some of those big baits that you're throwing? I see a plethora of them behind you.
We got a whole bunch on the back wall.
Dude, expose. Please expose. On NextFish, you get exposed, but we need some of the big.
In the summer times, we like to throw the trouts, the segmented ones. Oh. So this is an 8-inch trout, and you can see it's got that nice S pattern going on.
Yeah.
For some reason, in the summer, these guys really key into this. They really key into that. It's a more natural looking bait. Yeah. When you put one of these on, it's a line through too as well. I like to rig them bottom hook when I'm running the fast currents, because it's not going to get to the bottom, and you're going to get that high hit, and they're going to be coming up from the bottom and hitting that bait.
Gotcha.
If you're going to slower currents and you let it sink a little bit, and you're in danger of snagging or hitting a rock, you want to put that hook on the top, because then you can let that belly hit the bottom, you can feel the rocks, and you can actually bump it off and out.
Now, does that have a cavity or a channel in it to allow you to go to the top or bottom?
Yes, it does. It has cut-ins.
Okay.
So it's got little seats there and on the bottom. Nice. And you see that slit.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They sit right in there nice and snug. No problem. Awesome. And with the line through baits, I highly, highly recommend using a 100-pound test for your leader. Because what happens is when they bite that and that treble hook deploys, this bait's going up your line, right? So now we don't have the bait. That treble hook's usually inside that mouth. So they're constantly chewing on your leader. So the higher leader that you're using, the better. We have guys out there breaking 40-inch snook off on 100-pound tests all the time. It just happens. They'll get it cut down
so far deep
or up on the roof. And like I said, they're chewing on it the whole time. You know, you get a couple big head shakes. You're trying to turn it from a dock, and you're just putting that constant pressure on that line, and they're chewing on it at the same time.
What?
So
that is nuts.
Very.
What would you say a good rod and reel setup is for that?
Yeah.
I use the common one that I use now is I like to use my South Fork rod. It's a 30 to 50 Bushido with the wind grips on it, and it's just a stud rod. It's got flex.
So a good blank.
Those things a mile. You can feel it twitch, every little twitch. Like when you're throwing pulse tails, like this gill is one of my favorites right now. It's a line through bluegill.
Oh, that one's sick, dude. That color is beautiful, man.
And Dude, I'm telling you, these in the spillway, it's like crack. It's just straight crack. That's what they're eating. Those snook are looking for those cichlids and little brims that are spilling over in the spillway and hitting them. They can eat as much mullet as they want because there's plenty around. So when they get, one of these guys hitting over the falls, they're on
like,
it.
yes.
They're on it. They're on it. That's it. So, but with that being said, using that softer tip, you can really feel the pulse tail sitting there kicking, dude. And in the wintertime, what it seems to be the ticket is the pulse tails in the winter because the fish kind of slow down, they're lazy, and utilizing that pulse tail, they can feel that in that lateral line. So they'll start hunting. And
where is it?
I've used the littler ones. Where are they? Right here, a little 3-inch.
Money.
RTF, ready to fish. So all you got to do is just tie it on, and you're ready to go. And using these for peacocks and bass, you can see them when in clear water. You can see them searching for the bait because they can feel that pulse from that tail. And then once they see it, it's gone. That's it.
Dude, that little one has got to be money for bass. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, definitely.
I think me and Andrew were you with me? Or maybe I was just with Amanda at the time, but we stopped by the Savage Gear and took a look at them. And God, dude, some of the patterns this year that they came out with are so realistic looking. Or last year.
It's insane.
Just insane, dude.
What I got tied on now that I've been cracking the last couple of times is the crappie. The crappie.
Yeah, that was one. I got excited about that one. Yeah.
That's money.
That one's definitely killer. The first 2 times I threw it, I got 2 snook on it.
Really?
So yeah, they popped it like they've never eaten a fish before in their life.
Now, do you experiment with colors, or are you more worried about what type of swim bait you're throwing?
Colors do definitely play a role. A lot of people say, "Oh, it's just profile this, profile that." I think when we spoke before, I was telling you guys about the photocarp, the trout photocarp in the summertime. And what I found out is that the trout or the carp actually spawn in those times in the hot weather. So now they have a bunch of these little things going around. And I would go to the spillway and throw, the brown trout, right? So I got a brown trout. Looks kind of similar. I wasn't getting any hits on it at all.
Really?
And it was at night. So here's your big thing on color. It was at night, and we were using one color. We weren't getting hit for nothing. I was like, well, let me throw on the photocarp. Non-stop snook action all night. Non-stop. As fast as you can throw that lure back in there or tie a new leader, you were catching fish.
So something about that was matching it just perfectly, so to speak.
Matching exactly what they want. And a lot of people say, oh, snook are dumb and this and that. They're pretty smart. Yeah. And those big ones, they didn't get that big for being dumb. That's along with any fish. But it colors do make a difference. Snook really have a fascination for chartreuse. I don't know why. The chartreuse color. So
get some going, right?
Yeah. When we're doing the low and slow, I use the hen lures. And this is one of the new ones that he came out with. This is solid 7. And this has actually got a circle hook on it.
Look at that, dude.
So it's got a circle hook on it. And he designed these for those big tarpon and getting a really good hook set in that mouth. And a lot of them have the J hook in there. And we actually have the long shank J hook too as well. And for the smaller size one, this is called the 4.5.
Oh my goodness. That's money.
And he actually caved out the connection here so it sucks on nice to your jig head here.
I was going to say, it looks almost molded. Are those molded?
Yeah.
Like concave that way.
Concave right into there. So it meets up really nice there. And what we do is once you measure it all up and right before you're about to slide the bait to make the connection, we just like to drop a little super glue there.
Yeah.
Right on the shank and then slide up your bait and it makes that solid connection. And that thing's not going to come off.
On that note, I saw a TikTok the other day where a guy was putting on soft plastics on a jig. And before he put it on, he didn't have super glue, but he used his lighter to heat up the lead just barely. Mm-hmm. And he would slide it on and it was snug, man. I was amazed by that because I keep super glue with me. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like I'm not, but it's just like, if you're in a pinch, that might be what you need to do.
Yeah, that super glue definitely helps you out. Like especially if you're down a bunch of baits and you only have like one left and you're having a slipping problem. Yeah, put a dab of glue on there, wait a couple minutes, and then you're back in business, dude.
Do you keep any of that mended there for those?
Yes, we have a whole pile of mended over there.
Mended's a must too.
They work great, especially with the trouts and stuff. What they have is this cone inside the core, and sometimes it'll split on the bellies where you're putting that hook in.
Mm-hmm.
All you do is just take a little bit of that mended, put it right back in there. Brand new bait again, dude. Brand new bait. So that
how many snook would you say you get off one of those like Savage Gear line through trouts before it's just like
when you catch
retired?
You can catch quite a few of them, to be honest with you.
So they're pretty durable.
Maybe 10 fish, depending the situation.
That's solid, man.
This exact lure right here has been I got I think 3 or 4 40s on it. A couple big old bass, peacocks. This exact lure, I'm still using it to this day since I opened it from the box. Not even a rip on the belly, not even a rip on the top when I was throwing it top hooked. It still looks basically brand new. They're very durable.
I'm shocked because I thought it was a brand new one.
No, that thing's been in the mouse and the Davy Jones's locker a couple times and back. This thing's still alive, and it still looks, almost like out of the package.
That's crazy. Mm-hmm. I'm really liking that color. Something about
the Vivid Gill. The Vivid Gill.
Vivid Gill.
Vivid Gill.
Is that color line in all sizes and all types?
Yep, you can get them all sizes there.
Nice.
Yeah, definitely.
Dude, now I just want to throw the little like RTFs, like the little small ones for peacocks, and just see what kind of size I can get.
Fun in the canals, man. It's crazy. I'll throw different lures out, and then I'll throw that little thing, and you'll just see V lines going right to it. You're like, I got to check this thing out. What is that?
Dude, it's like seeing it. You got to see it in person, guys. I can't express to you the patterns on those things, and like it is the perfect little bait fish. It's perfect.
Yeah, it definitely looks like you just got it out of your live well, for sure.
Yeah, I definitely got to try that crappie one out. I have this lake up here that I fish from the bank, and there's a ton of crappie in it. Mm-hmm. And there's grass. It's about 15 feet deep, but there's grass that comes up about 5 feet.
Right.
I just want to get right on top of that grass with that thing and just kind of tick it.
Just scrape the tops of those things, dude.
I guarantee I can smash them on that.
Oh man, you get me excited right now.
I'm itching, bro.
Go cast the rod, man.
Itching. No, you showed us a little something earlier, and we didn't get to really dig in too deep on it, but let's do it now because I'm a bass guy, and I think this is going to change the game for me. So, what do you got for us?
Oh, the new prop minnow here.
Check this guy. For any bass guys on here right now,
back up for you.
Yeah, please do, because any bass guys right now, you're going to want one of these in your tackle box, and probably the color he's got. Look at that color, man.
Oh my God.
Yes, it's got a beautiful profile on it, so it just goes right through the grass, super easy. Lily pads, all that.
It runs like that.
There's your guys.
It's not on its belly like most of those other companies have their fish.
Yeah,
what fish swims on its belly? They swim like this.
They swim true. The weight of the hooks there keel it out, so it stays nice and balanced. You got a flexible, prop back here, so you don't have to worry about breaking it. So if you slam it against something, you're good.
Nice.
And we were throwing them the other day, and it cuts. Yeah, that thing. It
was getting it, bro. You see that?
It was like picking up speed.
Yeah, it's like we're throwing them in.
This thing changes gears when you go. So
that's it.
But yeah, it definitely cuts through the weeds, man. I was very impressed of how weedless it really is.
That's crazy. I cannot wait to get that around some pads or like some spawning fish. The spawn's coming up for us bass guys.
Mm-hmm.
Some holes in the grass or something like that, and just let it just piss them off. Just.
I would have had full confidence in throwing this into the thickest stuff you've ever fished, dude.
Really?
And it's got a nice soft hollow core, so when that fish bites, you got those double hooks exposed right in there for you.
Is it made with the same plastic they make their frogs with?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's super soft.
It's super soft and it's durable too, man. You can beat the crap out of these things.
Yeah, I think I don't think enough people know about the Savage Gear frogs and give them enough credit. They're actually pretty well-rounded frogs, in my opinion, considering. I like to use them for walking walking a frog. They walk
Right.
extremely freaking well. And you can give that frog to somebody who may not know how to walk just yet, a frog especially, and they have good success with it and can actually get that left to right going on those specific frogs.
Yeah, they definitely got some good action for sure.
Yeah, but if it's anything like their frogs, I know it's going to be hold up and be strong. So that just excites me. The little prop baits. I'm a topwater guy, hands down, all day, every day. Of course, a topwater bait, but
I love topwater, man.
Yeah,
I
I'm
can't
excited
get enough
about
topwater.
that.
I used to actually make topwater lures.
Ah,
We might have to get you back into that.
Hey,
We'll figure something out to come out
I
of
used to
retirement.
hand turn them on a lathe, on my grandfather's lathe. That's 35 years old.
nice.
Yeah.
Dude, that'd be pimp.
Nice.
And I'm a
So-
sucker. I am a sucker for custom lures too. And ask Andrew, my biggest,
Yeah.
Andrew, what is my biggest problem right now?
Hold on a second.
It's chug bugs, dude.
the old chug bugs,
Dude.
man.
I got a problem with chug bugs, especially if I can find the old ones, the pre-Rapala ones,
Mhm.
I buy them all. Like, I don't care how much, if I'm poor, if I'm going to eat tonight, like, I get all the old. Dude, I
We're
just
eating
love
noodles tonight, babe. Don't worry about it. I got some chug bugs coming.
So
Babe,
my
we're not
dad,
gonna eat it, but I got the
my
chug
dad
bugs.
used to
from
make
Trouble.
Chug bugs, baby. Uh-oh, he's got a satchel over there.
Oh, what has he got? Oh man, dude, he's got some cool lures, handmade lures. Look at
my dad
these.
used to make these
Oh man,
props on the front, on the back.
the double prop. That color right there, man. Is
This
gold.
is this is
With
back
the
in the day.
logo. Yeah, that's my favorite. Where's your little frog one? Do you got your frog one?
Dude, that's funny that you just showed that last one. I made a couple of them just like that. They look identical.
Really?
Yeah. I used
That's
to,
awesome.
to ship them out to my buddy Captain Vickers on the West Coast and used to kill the trouts on them.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. Good trout
Ooh.
lure, believe it or not.
Oh, I believe it.
Oh, I believe it. Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
so that's-
Get it over a pothole or something right there.
Oh, yeah. Look at that thing.
Dude, that's money.
It's got
Dude,
the
you can
realistic
kill the
eyes.
peacock bass with that.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
I need to make a trip south and do it. I've got the frog one somewhere.
Yeah, come
but
on
this is
down,
all
man.
I
Let's
have
put you
left.
on.
This is it.
It's your holy grail, huh?
Oh yeah.
Dude, you don't even throw them, do you?
Those
It's tough. It's tough to want to throw, right? Like you
well,
want to throw.
my dad tuned every single one of those, and the line that he used to tune them is still tied on the knot, like the knot's still on there. I just won't take it off.
See, that's
Yeah.
good luck right there. You don't want to throw that lure, man.
No,
No.
keep those, dude.
That lure is made with love. You got to hang that thing
No,
up.
I've got like a handful that I use from time to time, but
Those are like, yeah.
I
Don't
still
I
have
upset
eventually
the
want to
box
make
of
like a
top
shadow
waters.
box of some sort.
Do I have them right there? No, I don't have them. I think they're in the truck. I was going to show you some of the top waters. I still have like 2 boxes full of top waters that I made, but they're not handy, so I can't show you.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's a
Yeah,
Yeah, you're talking about the lathe. My dad had the lathe,
handmaids on the lathe.
planer, all sorts of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
He got one of those cement mixers and made a tumbler so that he could basically sand large batches at a time.
Really?
He would hard shape them out and do all that stuff on the belt sander and then go crazy with it.
No
It was
kidding.
nuts. He had awesome setup at my old house.
Yeah, I had a shopsmith, so it turned into from a lathe to a table saw to a bandsaw. Basically anything you can imagine, I could turn it into. So it was
Nice.
actually an awesome piece of equipment, and that's the only piece of equipment I needed. It was right
Yeah.
there, that with my airbrush, and that was about it.
Hell yeah, man.
It was nice.
something about custom wood lures just goes so hard, man.
Yeah, and
It's so
they don't
hard.
run like any other lures either. Like anybody tells you, oh, like the hollow body plastics that
Oh,
everybody
yeah.
throws and stuff, they're not the same. They're
No.
not the same. They don't work the same. They don't throw the same. You know.
So we have another question out here, and I think it's all on personal preference. But what is the best jig brand? I mean I've fished with multiple, and I've had success with multiple. Any opinions, Spence?
I definitely think it comes down to preference. We personally use live action jigs.
Okay.
You know, I think they got the best handmade jigs that you can buy right now. You know, all the way down to the powder coated heads to how he lays the flare on it. So
Nice.
for me, in my opinion, I think live action jigs is where to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's a bunch out there. It definitely goes with your preference.
Yeah, I think nowadays there's a lot of good stuff out there too. Before
There is.
But there was like it was either good or it was either crap, and now it's kind of becoming something else. Like, dude, fishing's just a whole nother creature, like you said. I remember starting. I used to live in Homestead, so I fished 41 in the Everglades and all of 27 and stuff. And I just remember being out there with a cane pole, and now I'm out here with a Shimano Corrado SLX DC with like a chip in it that charges as I cast. Like, it's only been 30 years. And, yeah, dude, here we are. So it's like, dude, fishing's just expanded, and I'm loving it, dude. I'm loving it. The more people we can get in here, the cooler it becomes, and the crazier ideas and different lures get invented and techniques, and like you guys with the big swim baits on the Snook, it's awesome, dude. I love it. I love it.
It's definitely progressed crazy, because back in the day, I was like, all I used to throw were little baits, little 3-inch paddle tails, dude. You catch elephants with peanuts.
Yeah, dude. Just like little DOAs, like the DOA cows were like money, bro. Get a pack of 50.
Hen Lures got a Shrino that he just came out with not too long ago, and it's a little split tail.
Yeah.
It sure is.
Put it on a little, 1/4 ounce, 1/8 ounce jig. And if you can't get the snook to bite and bounce one of these off the bottom, I guarantee you get one.
I can't help it.
Dang it.
Yeah, they can't help it.
What we got another question here. How are the hen lures compared to the NLBNs? The lures that are taking over the snook game right now.
Yeah.
Everybody's talking about NLBNs.
That boils down to like the preference too. What kind of body style that you like. NLBN's a great lure. I don't care what anybody says. It definitely is a good lure. Me, I prefer a slender body. So like the Solid 7, like I was showing you guys before.
God, dude, I want that.
It's just a killer profile.
It's just a killer profile. It's a little softer bait too, so you can slow roll these a lot better than other ones.
You can fish them slower.
You can slow, and that tail is just going to sit there and kick.
It's going to do its thing.
It goes.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And it floats really good in the middle column. So if you want to catch that drift on the middle, it really gets out there and parachutes. And some of the other baits, there's a lot of different companies out there, and some of the baits is hard. So you got to really pull it, to get that tail wiggling around.
Yeah.
And with the hen lures, with the soft plastic, it doesn't take much at all to get that kick going and getting them to feel that in their lateral lines there.
Before,
and again, that's all preference.
Right.
It's a crazy preference, but what you're talking about with that tail, the OG Spooltech stretch, the 9-inch stretch that used to be out, that was the one that everybody freaking loved.
Right.
And
it was one of the better ones.
The tail had so much more action than the fatty or anything like that.
Right.
But it's all about the profile. I think Snook can't deal with it as well as they can just let a bigger profile go by.
It definitely makes it crazy.
Yeah.
Just like the 4 or 5 is just a finger mullet, dude. That's all it is.
But that's got a pretty
when it kicks like crazy.
Yeah. That's got a nice tail on it though.
The big like 8 and 9-inch gambler. What are they? Jeezy? Is it a Jeezy?
Yeah.
Jeezy like is it? I know the what was it? A 5-inch is a big easy.
Yeah. This is like, then there's like the 5, then it goes to like a 7, and I think it goes to like an 8 or a 9. And I would use the big 9s on like 1.5 ounce, 2 ounce jig head around bridges and stuff like that, and get wrecked. But those are a little bit tighter, a little bit more of a firmer.
It's definitely a firm plastic in that.
But that hen, dude, like when you held that thing up and it just kind of just died, like, oh my God, the action on that thing is probably nuts.
Dude, this thing, you can roll it as slow as you want, and that tail is still gonna create that thump that those fish are looking for.
You can use that as a dang horse.
Tail's not that big either, and it's got the H on the back for hen.
Oh, nice.
And it's got the belly. It says hen on the bellies.
Oh, that's pimp.
So
that's a cool color.
And he's a very approachable guy. If there's a color that you want to see come to life, just shoot him a line, man, and he'll definitely talk to you guys and have it made up.
Does he have a website? You can plug it right now. What's the website? Just henlures.com?
Henlures.com.
Cool. Henlures.com, guys, if you want to check out, hen lures and what they're all about.
Double check that real quick to make sure.
There ain't nothing here, nothing but chickens on this.
Henlures.com.
Okay. And that's HENN. Okay. 2 N's, guys. Nancy. So HENNlures.com. Check them out. They got some good stuff. And they can also check out snooksnacks.com, correct?
Yes. We got snooksnacks.com too as well.
And what do you guys got going on over there?
We got all the Savage gear. And all Kevin's text me. All the Savage gear. We got hens. We got the live action jig company. Also, what we're doing for this month, and
Just
there you go. There's that.
I'm on the fence right now, fighting myself over the fence.
Dude, get on one side or the other, okay? But no one likes a guy that rides the fence, okay? Just go ahead and add it to the cart, man. You know it's going to happen tonight. I see you.
Right?
I see you right now shopping, bro, in the background. I can see.
Don't get busted now.
He's
But
busted,
also, we
man.
got a cool thing going on at Snook Snacks right now for the month of January. We got the Big Snook competition going on.
Oh,
so
what's that about?
You get what you do is you go online, you purchase one of our rulers that we have here. Let's see if I can pull one out for you.
Yeah, let's see what you got going on. Me and Andrew were just talking about these measuring devices the other day.
So,
and how we're liking them.
These big,
sweet,
dude, that's sick, man.
Snook rulers here, and then that will enter you into the contest. And then all you got to do is catch a big fish, measure it with a video, catch a fish with any Savage gear that we sell or any other products, hand lures, live action, anything like that. And you're already in. Right now, we got, what's it say, 18 days left?
Oh, dude, that's plenty of time to still pop a nice one.
Well, we know everybody can't fish on specific days, so this gives you a chance to get out there,
have a shot at it.
To go pop one. Right now, the leader is 37 inches.
Ooh.
So that's a good fish. It can easily be beat at any time.
I was going to say, all it takes is the right night, dude. That can be popped.
It only takes one. So, and it's awesome. We got over 500 in prizes with everybody. There you go. See? Bluegill for bass fishing, baby.
Nice.
That's right.
So that's a cool thing that we do. We used to do a contest too, but I think we're going to run this Snook tournament and kind of do it as a point system. So at the end of the year, we have all the big dogs go head to head. So I think it might be pretty cool.
That's really freaking awesome, man.
I think it's pretty cool. I mean, and I like the device. I like the measuring device. Like again, me and Andrew were kind of talking about that the other day, and we're on our Premier membership. We were talking about things you're going to want to take, and if you're doing snook fishing, you want some type of measuring device. You don't want to use the old ruler or tape measure. Right. So you want something like that. It's good for the fish. It gets you. It's very clear, so you can take a good picture. Show your buddies or enter a tournament like yourself, and keep the fish healthy and get them back in the water quick. And not
exactly. And you don't always want your fish rolling around on the rocks and stuff and glass or whatever you're fishing. So it makes a beautiful pad to lay your fish on and keep them safe. So that's another big point for those rulers like that. Is to keep
and they're light. It's not going to weigh you down or nothing. You know what I mean?
No. You roll it up like a scroll, dude. Throw it in your bag, and that's it, man. You put it in your back pocket, 100%. Whatever.
Nice.
100%.
Well, look, Spence, we went a little bit past our 30-minute time, but it's always a good time talking fishing, so we don't really care. But
hey, man.
But dude, we appreciate your time, Spence. SnookSnacks.com, guys. He's got a ton of good Savage gear on there. He's got hen lures on there. If you guys want to pick any of those up, I know Andrew's still shopping, but he hit his screen for me. So I'm gonna have to do that here a little bit later.
My screen. No,
I gotta get one of those hen lures, man. I'm sold just on that tail falling over, dude. I know that.
Yeah, dude, you're gonna fall in love with that lure, man. You really are. It's very nice, and like you gotta get yourself some of those little shrinos, dude, for the canals and stuff for bass. Dude, they love everything eats this.
Yeah,
There's nothing that doesn't eat this thing.
Well, it's a great imitation lure for a variety of things.
It's
just small fry in the canals, white bait. It's perfect. Yeah.
No, Spence, man, we appreciate you very much, dude.
I appreciate you guys, man.
This is awesome.
You have a good night, and what we'll do is we'll do a little follow up here, and maybe in a couple months, and see how the tournament turned out, and what else is going on with Spencer and the Snook Snacks crew. Okay.
Yeah, for sure, guys.
All right, Spence. You have a good night, bud. Thanks for your time.
All right, brother. You too.
All right, thank you.
What an awesome
dude. We've been sweeping our whole lives, and we didn't even know it.
I'm a sweeper, natural born sweeper.
You've seen me sweep.
My mom can't get mad at me anymore because apparently I've been sweeping my whole life, just not at home.
I'm going to tell Amanda right now, babe, I've been freaking sweeping all the time. That's why I don't want to do it when I get home.
I'm out here sweeping. Sweeper.
I'm sweeping I'm sweeping up these spillways, catching tilapia. I was not expecting that, dude. A catfish, yeah. Tilapia, nah. That thing was huge though. But oh man.
So before we get off here, because we got a very important meeting at
Oh, yes, we do.
9:45.
With a very important guy.
This John Evans fella, he's a vibrant one.
Dude, he's intense.
Yeah.
He's going off.
I don't like that one. Feel like you don't have any class, man.
Oh.
You know? Do better.
You better just calm down, guys.
Do better.
We're
Calm
just
down.
talking fishing.
Get yourself a
Give them
chamomile hoplark.
Show them what it looks like.
Yourself.
Show them what are you drinking?
I don't have it with me, dude. I've got every
Tell them
one.
to do something, not show them.
Buddy, I've got every one but
the one. Don't drink any of those. You'll stay up all night, John. Don't do it. I promise. No, but dude, shout out to Spencer, man, and what he's got going on down there, dude. That's a pretty unique, cool thing, I think. Especially with like the glides and the stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, Jamarcus. There's no hate.
That's what I'm saying.
No hate over here.
That's what I'm saying.
You got time for that. There's too much hate in this world. Too much hate in this world.
He's apparently mad because he drives 2 hours and gets skunked. I don't know.
I've done it.
I drive 3 seconds and I get skunked. I should be pissed.
You always get skunked though.
I do not.
Yeah, a lot of hate. Too much hate going on.
Someone's salty. That's it. But guys.
No, thanks for tuning in, guys. I mean, I hope you guys learned a lot from Spencer and what he does and how he does it. Snooksnacks.com has a huge selection.
True.
We need we don't even have a. I messed the whole thing up. Oh well. Either way, guys, I hope you learned a lot from Mr. Spencer here. Uncle Bink on Instagram. You can check him out. The Canal Cowboy as well. I know he fishes with him a lot too, and they're just doing the damn thing down south, man. Killing. I don't fish for snook. I don't even know what my PB is. I have no clue what my PB snook is. Maybe 35.
My PB is not slot. That's just the one I kept. But you're good.
I don't know what it was, but Mac Hoover can and Mac Hoover's a legend. So
that's fact.
35 inches. We were calling it. We caught it in Englewood. 35 inches is my PB snook. I don't care. I was happy with it. I caught it on a topwater spook, and it was awesome. And I have it on film, and I'll play it next time. Either way,
that's what's up.
We're out of time. We got a meeting. Andrew, let's get to it. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
See ya.